The best or worst meal I've ever eaten. Okay, this is easy. In fact, the best thing I've ever eaten wasn't actually a meal. It was some oysters, would you believe? We went camping, Jane and I and some friends went camping to a place called Wonboyne in New South Wales on the coast there. And we tried some Wonboyne oysters. These are oysters that are harvested from a lake just near the ocean. And oh boy, they were the tastiest thing I've ever eaten in my whole life. I can still imagine what they taste like now. They were sort of creamy. They were small, but they were creamy and they were salty. I know oysters aren't like everyone's favorite thing. In fact, some people are absolutely repulsed by them, and that makes perfect sense because they're sort of like goo from the sea. But these were unbelievable. I just really do. I'll never forget how great they tasted. And I've been reluctant to eat oysters ever since because I know that I'm always going to compare them to those beautiful Wonboyne oysters. And I don't think it's very likely I'll have any oysters that are just as fresh and as beautiful as those ones were. But I also have a memory of the worst meal I've ever had. And it was in London quite a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago. And it was lunchtime and I was wandering around looking for a place to eat something traditionally English. So I wandered into this pub in the middle of London and I ordered a shepherd's pie. Sounds safe enough. It's a pie with a potato, with mashed potato on top of it sort of thing. But it was absolutely dreadful. The pie itself was like it was scalding hot on the outside and still frozen in the middle. So it had clearly been microwaved back to life in this particular pub. And as a consequence, the outside was way, way, way too hot to eat, and the inside was disgustingly cold and kind of frosty. And it was also dotted around the plate were also these boiled vegetables, little slices of carrot and a little bit of broccoli and maybe some peas, just dotted around the plate, and they were all so overcooked that you could just put your thumb on them and squash them down to a liquid on the plate. That was terrible. So that's probably the best and worst meals I've ever had.